Now, I know everybody's excited about the Multiverse of Madness and the Moon Knight trailer, but there are other comic books out there that are worthy of your attention. If you want to know what they are, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are on the planet. Welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your gracious host, C3. I've got a wonderful video set up for us today. Got a lot of new exciting comics that I want to show you guys. So you guys know the drill. We're going to dive right on in. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Please feel free to ring that bell. So every time I do a video, you'll get the notification. All right? So like I said, I know everybody's excited about the Multiverse of Madness and everybody's excited about the Moon Knight and these trailers and everything that are dropping. But there are other comic books out there that I'm sure that you guys are interested in. All right? So I just want to show you a few of them. I picked 10 comics that I thought might be interesting, not just for myself, but also for the comic book community. All right? So I want to share these with you. But before I do, you know I got to have a sip. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Good vibes only. So let's dive right on in. This first book I want to talk to you about was published by Marvel. This book is titled Superior Iron Man issue number 1. But I'm talking about the second print, the light blue cover. This book was released on November 12th, 2014. The key factor, like I said, it is the second print. It's the light blue label. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $124.95, and that was back on February 19th, 2022. This book, ladies and gentlemen, is currently trending upward at 30.68%. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $98. So ever since we've heard this news about the Multiverse of Madness dropping, and everybody's been going crazy over that first printing, there is also a second printing out there that may be worthy of your attention. For all my collectors, for all my flippers, for all those individuals who just enjoy the comic book hobby, this book may also be worthy of a little attention. That's why I'm sharing it with you. So, you know, it's out there. I just want to make sure that everybody is aware. There has been 24 raw copies sold thus far, and the highest known sale for a raw copy in this book was $124.99, like I said, back on February 19th, 2022. We've got Tom Cruise slated to play Superior Iron Man. We'll see how that goes. A lot of speculation going on with this new trailer. All these new Easter eggs are popping up. So I'm sure there'll be more comics that'll hit the scene soon also. But like I always tell you guys, just be careful what you're out there paying for, know what you're paying for, and have fun paying for it. All right? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Moving on to number 9. This book is also published by Marvel. The title of this book is called The Defenders, issue number 27. It was released on September 1st, 1975. The key factor to this book, it is a first brief appearance of Starhawk. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a first brief appearance of Starhawk. The last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $7, and that was back on February 18th, 2022. This book is currently trending upward at 70.83%. The average sale for a CGC 9.4 in this book is $75. And I don't think that's not a bad price point for buy-in right there. $74 for a 9.4. The average sale for a raw copy is $5.98. There has been 244 raw copies of this book sold so far, but there has also been 13 graded copies that have changed hands, giving us a grand total of 257 copies of this particular book that have changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 is $649.99. and that was back in December 26, 2017. Fair market value has this book resting at $75 for the MCG most common grade of 9.4. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes out for Defenders issue number 27 for that first brief appearance of Starhawk. All right? Moving right along. Coming in at number 8. This book is published by Marvel. The title of this book is Star Wars Crimson Reign, issue number 2. It was released on February 2nd, 2022. And we spoke about this book before. We're talking about the Raza Knights of Ren connecting variants, those red variants. And these books continue to do well on the secondary market. They continue to trend upward. So these books have gained the interest of a lot of individuals out there. And I myself, I just recently purchased a couple myself because I like the connecting variances, as I said once before. I like having those in my collection. I'm just a big fan of how that art connects like that. This book is currently trending upward at 87.62%. The last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was $3.19, and that was back in February 19th, 2022. The average sale for a raw copy of this book was $14.88. There has been a total of 42 copies of this book that has sold so far. And I think this book will continue to do well, considering the fact that all these Star Wars franchises, all the Star Wars movies and things continue to blow up on the small screen, as you should say. These streaming services, Star Wars is going to be around for a long time. So these new books that we have, these modern books where they're filling in part of that Star Wars saga, I think they're going to do well. I think they're going to do well. These books will continue to do well. All these new first appearances and all these new small characters, that people normally don't pay attention to, I think people are going to start paying attention to them now. So just keep your eye out for Crimson Reign. A lot of fresh fruit in those books, all right? The highest known sale for a raw copy of this book has been $34.99, and that was back on February 12th, 2022. So keep your eye out, ladies and gentlemen, for Star Wars Crimson Reign, issue number 2. Now we have our next book, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 7, published by Marvel, some Bronze Age goodness, and I am talking about Fantastic Four, issue number 191. It was released on February 1st, 1978, and this book, to me, it's not a major key, but I like this book for 3 specific reasons. 1, it is a George Perez cover. 2, it's the team breakup, right? Fantastic Four breaks up, and there's a brief Thundra appearance in this. There's a Thundra appearance. So those 3 characteristics alone make this book a sought-after copy for me. So this is why I'm looking for this book. And if you're interested, if you find it, it's out there. Don't go crazy. Do your due diligence, because this book could cost you a pretty penny. This book could cost you a pretty penny. Watch the numbers. The last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $8, right? And that was back in February 18th, 2022. This book is currently trending up at 103.24%. The average sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book is $90. I was kidding. That's a beautiful price point buy-in. That's a beautiful buy-in. I love it. That's beautiful. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $6.99. Raw sales in this book, there have been 187 raw copies that have sold so far, and there has been 8 graded copies that have sold, for a total of 195 copies that have changed hands so far. And I'm hoping to get my hands on one of these books. This is just such an excellent book that I look forward to get my hands on it, particularly because it is that George Perez cover. I want that in my collection. That's why I'm going after it. The highest known sell for CGC 9.8 in this book is $90, and that was back in June 15, 2022. Fair market value also has this book resting at $90 for the MCG, which is the most common grade of 9.8. And I think it's worth it. Bron J's goodness for not a lot of buy-in. Definitely going after that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 6, we got some Silver Age goodness. Yes, we have to get some Silver Age goodness on this. And Fantastic Four is getting a lot of love. So it's published by Marvel, of course. The title of this book is Fantastic Four, issue number 72. It was published on March 1st, 1968. And this is the Jack Kirby Silver Surfer Watcher cover. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, fire. That Kirby love, baby. Kirby love, baby. Gotta have it, right? Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $160.50. And that was back on February 19, 2022. Listen, this book is currently trending upward at 114.8%. So this book is on the move right now. So if you want this book, now's your time to get it, because I don't see this book slowing down anytime soon. The average sale for a CGC 7.5 is $470. And the average sale for a raw copy in this book is $188. There has been 595 raw copies that have sold this far, and there has been 233 graded copies, giving us a grand total of 823 copies of this book that have sold thus far. This book has grew legs. It is moving now. If you are looking for this book, if you want this book in your collection, now's the opportunity, because I think this book is going to continue to gradually grow on the secondary market. It's going to continue to go up. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 in this book is $25,389. And some of you may ask, well, C3, why do you put that book up there if it costs that much money? And I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because far be it from me to decide what a person can or cannot afford. We have some big collectors out there. I myself, I'm not a big collector. I can't pay 25 grand for a book. But that 188 raw sound real good to your boy right now. That 188 raw, that's right up my alley. I mean, and even at that 7.5 level, that's something I can actually look at. But I want to be fair, and I want to make sure those individuals who may want a 9.8 know what it may cost in order for them to achieve that, right? So I don't want to exclude anybody from what we're doing over here. All right, we want to make sure that this is a community thing. We want to make sure that everybody is included. We're not excluding anybody. It's each one, teach one. We're going to live together. We're going to grow together. We're going to learn, and we're going to turn over, and we're going to get these books. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to have fun while we're doing it. Now. The highest known sell for a CGC 9.8, like I said, is $25,389. And that was back in June 19th, 2009. So there's a strong possibility that there's some room for bargaining on this book, right? That was back then, 25 grand back then. How much you think that book may go for right now? I can't say, but I know if it was me, if I had the 25 grand to spend for the book, I'm still trying to get it for 15. I'm still trying to get it for 15. If I can't get it for 15, I'll settle for 20. Right? There's always room to negotiate. Fair market value has this book resting at $470, and that's for the MCG, which is the most common grade of the 7.5. Ladies and gentlemen, Fantastic Four, issue number 72. That's Silver Age goodness. That Jack Kirby Silver Surfer Watcher cover is official tissue, baby. Expensive tissue, too. All right. We are at number 5. And I'm going to do what I always do. Now that we're halfway there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a little time, and I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel, as I always do, right? And if this is your first time stopping by, checking out the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us out. Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, all that good stuff. It helps the channel out. Give me a thumbs up for my silliness, because I'm just silly like that. It's all good. But I really appreciate you. I really couldn't do this without you guys. I love each and every one of you. I respect all you guys. Thanks for all the comments in the chat. Shout out to the man who helps me do this on a regular basis, which is my higher power, my man upstairs. And I also want to say hello to a gentleman that I met earlier today by the name of Norm. Hello, Mr. Norm. Shout out to you. I hope you enjoy the channel. And yeah, this is what we do over here. All right? So listen, we got to get back at it because we don't have a lot of time. Thank you guys once again. And you guys know the drill. We're going to keep it comics. Let's do it. So coming in at number 5, published by Marvel. The title of this book is The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. The release date of this book. Oh, and not for nothing, I'm going to share this. I didn't put the number. So I'm going to leave the number. I'll put the number up when I go back and edit the footage. It's all good. I told you, I never said I was perfect. So everything is not always going to be perfect, right? But here we go. Let's do it. The Amazing Spider-Man. It was released on April 1st, 1969. And the key factor to this book is, again, Quicksilver appearance. This book is doing very well on the secondary market. So I had to recast this book. This book has grown considerably on the secondary market. Last recorded sale for this book was $39.99 for a raw copy. That was back on February 18th, 2022. This book is currently trending up at 117.25%. The average sale for a CGC 9.0 in this book is $146. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, $146 for a CGC 9.0. Excuse me. But this is what I like, and this is why I love collecting comics, because check this out. The average sale for a raw copy of a high grade is $318. Yes, so the 9.0, the graded 9.0 is going for $146. But a nice, pristine, high-grade copy of this book is going for, upon average, about $318. Which, again, still is not a bad buy-in, right? So there has been 536 raw copies of this book that have sold so far, and there has been 90 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 626 copies of this book that have changed hands so far. The highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 of this book is $4,667. Let me repeat. The highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book is $4,667. And that was back on August 27th, 2019. Fair market value has this book resting at $146 for the MCG, which is the 9.0. All right? That's not too bad. 146 fair market. That's not bad at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's number 5. We're going to keep it moving. Coming in at number 4, we've got some DC goodness on the list today. Yeah, I don't discriminate. Not at all. I love DC. We got a nice modern book from DC. We've got some DC goodness. And this book is titled The New 52, Batman, issue number 5. It was released on January 18th, 2012. The key factor to this book, it's a Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo run. Yeah, that was a good run. Yeah, and a lot of people believe so because this book is moving. Check the digits. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $8. That was back on February 19th, 2022. This book is currently trending upward at 161.82%. The average sale for a CGC 9.8 of this book is $57. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $6.49. Raw copies sold 205. Graded copies that have sold 11, which gives us a total of 216 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. 216 copies that have changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book has been $84, and that is a beautiful price point buy-in. I definitely like those numbers, and I like my odds of being able to get my hands on this book, put it away, and just let it rest in my collection. Yes, and just let it be there, and whatever happens with it happens. There's nothing like, see, I like being able to get a 9.8 for not a lot of money. That's what I like doing. I know a lot of you guys send your books in to get them graded, right? Me, I haven't sent the book in to get it graded yet. That's something I'm still thinking about. I'm a little skeptical of seeing how the turnover time isn't all that great, and then I've been hearing about a lot of books that are being damaged. But it's something that I'm definitely considering. But until then, I continue to watch that secondary market for books that I myself may be interested in and purchasing and putting in my collection. And I'm not afraid to, spend a little money for a 9.8. If I don't have to worry about all the hustle and bustle of sending it in. So I'm cool with that. At the end of the day, to each his own. You guys do what you do. We all do what we do, right? We collect what we like, how we like. We do it how we want to do it, right? So sometimes, I tend to go on the secondary market and I find that book. And if it's that 9.8 that I'm looking for, I'm getting that. I'm grabbing that. Official. Already. I'm in there. Let me get that. What it say? Pay now. Bloop. Right? So, and fair market value has this book resting at $57 for the 9.8, which is not bad at all. Fair market value for the 9.8. And to all my Batman fans, you can't go wrong. You got that Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo run. That was a beautiful run. And people are looking to grab these books to fill in the runs that they may have been missing. So keep your eye out for this book. Excuse me. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are having iced coffee tonight. Wifey got the heat turned up to hello, Satan. I'm over here sweating like ain't no tomorrow. So I gotta put a little ice in the coffee, keep me cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 3, we got some more Silver Age goodness. This book is published by Marvel. The title of this book is Strange Tales, issue number 158. It was released on January 1st, 1967. It was a good year. The key factor to this book is it is the first full appearance of the Living Tribunal. Yep, and you guys know, with all that talk going around about Multiverse of Madness and who may be popping up and who's playing who or who's the big bad guy or what's going on in this scene and what may happen if... Listen, I had to put this book on the list because I remember reading about the tribunal and I said, there's a possibility. There's always a possibility. So I thought the community might be interested in this book. So I put it on the list. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book went for $1,300, and that was back in February 16th, 2022. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 188.35%. Yes, baby. The average sale for a CGC 8.0 in this book is $697. The average sale for a raw copy of this book in a mid to high grade is $623. There has been 328 raw copies that have sold in this book, and there has been 89 graded copies that have sold so far, giving us a total of 419 copies of this book that have changed hands. The highest known sell for CGC 9.6 in this book was $4,080, and that was back in April 14th, 2019. Yes, indeed. This is definitely a book worth paying attention to. The first appearance of the Living Tribunal. And not for nothing, from where I sit, whether they show up in the movie or not, it's still a book worth having in my collection because it has that first appearance of a key character, right? To me, it's all good. Sometimes, a lot of us may flip, a lot of us collect, a lot of us do what we do to support the hobby. That's actually not a bad idea to make the comic books pay for the comic books. So I'm not knocking that hustle at all. But for me, it's just about finding that book that I want to add to my collection, finding that next book that I think would enhance my collection. All right? So this book, ladies and gentlemen, fair market value has rested at $697 for the most common grade of the 8.0. So that's not bad at all. $697 fair market value for Strange Tales issue number 158. That's not bad. All right. All right. Coming in at number 2. More DC goodness. We got some DC books. I told you we got DC on the list. DC is definitely on deck tonight. Right? Some modern books. Published by DC Comics. We have this title called Extreme Justice. And this is issue number 9. Extreme Justice, issue number 9. It was released on August 10th, 1995. The key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of the Wonder Twins in mainstream DCU. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up watching the Wonder Twins. I love me some Zan and Jaina. Wonder Twin powers, activate. Form of a bucket of water. Form of an eagle. Yo, I love those kids, yo. And Bleak, oh man, I love it. The monkey, oh man, you couldn't tell me nothing. Every Saturday morning cartoons, they just don't make them like that anymore. But we have this book and it's trending. And I'm happy about that. And I want this book in my collection because that's a part of my childhood. That's why this book is on this list, because it is a part of my childhood and I must have it, right? So here go the numbers. This book was released on August 10th, 1995. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $25, and that was back on February 18th, 2022. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 121.85%. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $27.61. 71 raw copies have sold so far, and the highest known sale for a raw copy of this book is $39.95, and that was back on February 16th, 2022. I definitely cannot wait until I'm able to get my hands on this book. When I'm done shooting this video and I have the opportunity to just sit still and really focus on the purchase, I'm going to find me a beautiful copy of Extreme Justice issue number 9 to add to my collection. Now, and once I find this copy, because this is Wonder Twins in mainstream DCU, I am going to actually continue to try to acquire that first appearance that they have where they're on the other cover of the Super Friends. I actually might even have that book. I don't know for certain. I have to check, but I still would like to have another copy. If I don't have it, I'm gonna get it, but I have to check because I know I've just been picking up those Super Friend books like everywhere I see them. I just grab them, so I just have to double check. But if I don't have it, I'm definitely going after it because the Wonder Twins is definitely good to me, man. I really love those guys when I was young, man. So it takes me all the way back to like when I was like, man, 12, 13, maybe even younger. That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Don't tell nobody. For real. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We finally made it. I can get out of you guys' hair. You guys can get rid of me for the night, for the day, for the afternoon. We made it. Coming in at number 1. This book is published by Marvel. The title of this book is X-Men, issue number 1. It was released on July 2nd, 1963. The key factor to this book, it is the first appearance of the X-Men, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Angel, Beast, Iceman, Magneto, but most importantly, Professor Xavier. Yes, Professor X, ladies and gentlemen. Again, all that hype centered around Multiverse of Madness. These are some of the books that people are going to want to get their hands on. So I had to put it on the list. Got to keep it 100 with the community. You don't want to spite your nose to clean your face, man, right? So you got to look out for everybody. Last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was $6,650, and that was back on February 18th, 2022. Check this out. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 1,796%. Holy smokes, Batman. Are you kidding me? Yes, this book is currently trending up 1,796%. The average sell for CGC 4.0 is $15,589. The average sell for a raw copy of this book is $6,995. There has been 141 raw copies of this book that have sold so far, and there has been 741 graded copies that have sold, giving us a whopping total of 882 copies of this book that have changed hands thus far on the secondary market. And as long as we got this movie coming, I'm anticipating that we're going to see more movement with this book. The highest known sell for CGC 9.4 in this book, wait for it, is a whopping $153,134. And that was back in March 23rd, 2018. And I repeat, the highest known sell for this book in a CGC 9.4 was back in March 23rd, 2018, where that book went for $153,134. Fair market value has this book resting at $15,589 for the most common grade of 4.0. Get yourself one. Get yourself one. Go get yourself one, right? It's all good. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That's the list. You have your assignment. They're out there. Shop carefully. Be wise. Don't jump out the airplane without the parachute, but have fun. All right? You guys know what I always say. Don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always, and I do mean always, keep it comics. I'll see you next video. Have fun.